The seller side, this is important because if you have anything outside of a mortgage lien on your property, then this could affect how much money you get back at the closing table.
Right.
Because they're going to pay those liens and judgments off first. So it's very important that you understand as a seller what you're walking away with, and you're communicating with your real estate agent, hey, this is what I have, and this is what we're going to be looking at, and this is what may come up. If you can proactively pay things of that nature, it makes the transaction easier and helps you get to the closing table.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, Real Estate Wednesday.
Real Estate Wednesday, guys.
Look at her energy when it's her show. Like, it's Sports Talk Friday. She'll be like, Sports Talk Friday.
Ooh.
I'll be like, Wealth Building Monday. Wealth Building Monday. Real Estate Wednesday. Real Estate Wednesday. Yeah. Look at the excitement, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today for Real Estate Wednesday. Today's show is brought to you by the Pyramid Group with Keller Williams. If you are in the market or plan on buying or selling a home, make sure you contact the Pyramid Group with Keller Williams for a free consultation. You could contact them at 864-249-1437 and check them out online at www.pyramidgroup.us.com. That's 864-249-1437, www.pyramidgroup.us.com. I need to get a bonus to it. I know about heart. I need a bonus.
I'll give you a bonus.
Guys, make sure down in the comment section you hashtag YMA Nation so you can go into our monthly cash drawing and like, comment, and
subscribe.
And if you are new to our show, I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And we are going to talk about some real estate today.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He ain't ready.
I guarantee you I'm ready.
Oh.
Let's go. And this is going to be a good subject today.
It is.
Let's go.
Reaching the closing table.
Reaching. I'm about to reach it right now.
No.
Okay, I just reached the closing table.
The closing table. So reaching the closing table. So we talk to, this is really for buyers and sellers because on both sides, you got to get to the closing table. That's what matters. Signing them papers.
Well, there's the closing table so they know too, but go ahead. I be throwing off. See how I threw off that quick?
Signing the papers and getting the transaction completed.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So you can get a pre-approval
and
everybody, post, oh, I got my pre-approval. Woohoo. Right? Great first step. Great first step.
Gotta have it.
You can find your house, right? And go under contract. Oh, I'm under contract. And you see everybody posting, oh, I'm under contract.
Woo, 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 woo.
Okay. And then
the most important part is what happens from you going under contract to getting to the closing table. Right? Yep.
So during this time period, you have to be ready to do as the lender requests, and because the lender is going to dictate you getting to the closing table unless you're buying in cash.
Right.
So, they have to do title work. This is for all parties of the transaction, everybody involved. They're going to check to see if there's any liens or judgments or anything like that through the public courts, the public records. They're going to, I
started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Question.
Yeah.
And I know I know the answer, but I'm thinking on the opposite side of the camera. If someone probably thinking the same thing. She said if I got a judgment or a lien, they'll be able to to pay for it at the closing table? Can you explain that to them?
Well, I mean, that's what the attorney does.
Right. But I guess I phrased it wrong. So
They're going to deduct whatever you owe to outside people from what you're going to get back at closing.
okay. So the question that someone could possibly have, well, if you guys have any questions, put it down in the comment section, and our team will definitely send you a response. If I have a judgment or a lien, is it something that I have to pay before I get to the closing table, or how you stated that it could be deducted from the money I get
It
back?
depends on the transaction.
It
That's why I
depends on
didn't
the
want to get into that
transaction. She
because
was
I'm not
trying
an
to
attorney.
avoid it because she is not an attorney. She do not want to be engaged in
liable.
any. She does not give legal advice.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Okay. But you want to communicate that to your agent and to the attorney so that they can help you through that process.
Absolutely. Be transparent and honest. I would tell you guys, it would definitely
On the
help
seller
your process.
and the buyer side, it's like communication is very important. But the lender is going to, I say this in I think every single meeting that I have with a client, and I try to stress it, and I'm going to stress it to you guys on that are watching. The lender is going to ask you for a lot of documents. A lot of documents. A lot.
A lot.
I mean, like
Get ready for it.
get ready for it. I just had a conversation with someone and they were like, well, the lender's just asking for a lot of stuff. Well, yeah. They're going to ask you for everything. Everything outside of a sample of blood. I mean, seriously.
A sample of blood too?
But no, in all seriousness, it's a very complex process. Once you go under contract, everybody thinks it's just, oh, I got my pre-approval. That means
I
the
found
lender.
the house.
That means that I'm good to go with the lender. I found me a house, and then the lender comes back and they send you an email, and the document list is like this long, and you're like, huh? I mean, it's very important, and a lot of people we see don't check their emails frequently.
Oh, yes. OMG.
So
It's
if
2021, people.
The lender's not going to call you every single day and be like, hey, do you got this document for me? Hey, do you got this document for me? They're going to send you an email.
Right.
And they're going to expect you to either upload the documents to, a lot of lenders have portals now
Right.
where you can upload the documents there. Get tech savvy. If you're not tech savvy, have someone that is tech savvy that can help you through the process. With our team, we try very hard to get you engaged with different apps or have you come into the office and allow us to help you get those things that the lender needs to the lender. Because if not, guess what? You're going to either get your closing date pushed out or you may not be able to close at all.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those documents are important for the lender to be able to even fully approve you to get the loan. So if the lender doesn't get those documents, guess what? They're going to say, sorry, Mr. or Mrs., we can't approve you for this loan. And you've been under contract. Now you've paid earnest money. Now you've paid for appraisal. Now you've paid for inspections. But because you don't have the documentation that you need to get yourself to the closing table, now you've just lost that house.
Let me say something, though. So people are like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But why? Why, right? Mm-hmm. Understanding the why. So understand that you're asking a bank to loan you, whether that house is $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000. So that lender must do their due diligence to make sure that all the paperwork aligns to make sure that loan makes sense for that bank.
And it's not, a lot of times it's not even just the lender. These loans are backed by the government. So your FHA, your USDA,
Those
your
are
VA,
that's even more paperwork right there.
your South Carolina, your any state that does down payment assistance programs, all of that is backed by the government. Guess what? They have requirements. that they want to see. So if you go and deposit $7,000 or $8,000 or $1,000 into your checking account, and that lender sees that on the bank statement, and they send that to a USDA underwriter, guess what's going to happen? That USDA underwriter is going to say, where'd this $1,000 come from? And they're going to want it sourced. If it's not coming from your check, like a deposit that happens month over month, if it doesn't come from some source of like a court order or 401k or something like that, you're not gonna be able to use those funds to close with. And it has to be sourced.
That doesn't mean that you can't put large deposits into your account. It just means that there just needs to be a clear explanation of where it came from, right?
So it's important to have an agent that understands, some part of the lending process and how to talk to a lender to understand where you are in the process, so you don't get in a situation to where, hey, I got a pre-approval, hey, or a pre-qualification. A pre-qualification is even worse because the lender is just saying, well, based on some information that you put into the computer, you're pre-qualified. But they've done no documentation. They haven't looked at any of your documentation to verify that what you put in the computer is right. So if you put that you made $3,000 a month in the computer, and then they get your check stubs and they get your W-2s and they do their verification and they find out that you only make $1,900 a month, guess what? You're not going to pre-approve for that same house amount. Yeah. That means that you've went and found you a house at X amount of dollars because that's what you were pre-qualified for, but then they verify your employment and you only make really X amount of dollars. Now you no longer qualify for that house.
Right.
So you have to put in accurate information. They're going to find out. So if you don't put in accurate information, they're going to know it's not accurate at the end of the day.
It's not like applying for a credit card, guys, or things that you read on a blog, like, oh, just put this down, and it's not factual.
And I say that because there's so many contracts that fall through due to financing.
Right.
Well, either the buyer went and bought something very expensive, like a car, or went and bought furniture, or went and obtained some type of large bill before they closed on the property.
That don't mean you can't buy these things, but you can't finance them. You can't finance them. That means that don't go put like a $5,000 charge on a credit card, because that's going to reduce the amount of your approval.
Right. But it's typically a buyer financing issue. Buyer financing. So again, you can get a pre-qual, you can get a pre-approval even, you can go under contract. But between that contract and you getting to the closing table is a lot of work that goes in between there. And so it's very important that you understand that process and have someone who can help guide you through that process, especially if it's your first time. Things do change in the home buying world, but if you have someone there with you to guide you through it, it does make it a bit easier.
Nice.
And that's it. How to get to the closing table.
How to get to the closing table. Guess what? You guys want to know where I'm at right now? I'm at the closing table. So come and see me, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for Real Estate Wednesday. Make sure, guys, you like, comment, and if you have
subscribe.
You got any questions, make sure you drop it down in the comments section. Our team will definitely, absolutely respond.
Yes.
Guys, we will see you on Friday for Sports Talk Friday. Sports Talk Friday, and make sure down in the description you click that link for the YMA Mixtape Volume 1. Man, I can't even go. So I don't even have enough time to tell you guys all the things, the songs. That's about to hit 100,000 right now. So, guys, thank you so much for supporting the podcast. Thank you so much for supporting the music. And the last thing is YMA Nation. Hashtag it down in the comment section. See you guys on Friday.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. association. Yeah, see, that's the association.